Wow, sis, that is a tan line. Whew. Let's meet at the library. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Julia and welcome to my channel, Shakespeare and Such. It's June. It's June already. And you know what that means. It's time for the mid-year book freakout tag. There's never been a dance for it until now. I'm really excited. I had so much fun with this tag last year, and it's just like good questions, and I can't freaking believe that the year's almost halfway done. I mean, like, I'm filming this in the middle of June, but like, this is the 6th month of the year out of the 12 months we have. P.S. My shirt says all you need is love, so that's cute. Just in case you're wondering. So let's get to it, I guess. Oh my god. So just to set a tone for the video, I'll have you all know that I am almost like 75% of my way to my goal, which is 52 books every year. I just always make it. I always surpass it, but I'm like, hey, a book a week, that would make me happy. So I usually pass that. I have for the past 2 years, and I'm very much on track to pass it this year. But that's still like a lot of books to talk about, and yeah, a lot of books to be read. Let's do it. So the first question on this tag is the best book you've read so far in 2018. And it's a great question. What did I give 5 stars to this year? The Bear and the Nightingale immediately comes to mind. Oh, Snow and Rose. Much Ado About Nothing. I think out of the ones that I remember, you totally have to give it to The Bear and the Nightingale. Jocelyn, you knew, you warned me, and you were right. And I mean, not that any of you know this, but I did film a 5-star predictions video that never saw the light of the day. It never saw the light of day because I actually put The Bear and the Nightingale on it, and then before I could edit and upload it, I read it and I was like, oh, my prediction was correct. And I didn't want to have 4 books instead of 5, so that video just, you know, got thrown down a well. But, yeah, The Bear and the Nightingale is so freaking good by Katherine Arden. Let me get it. Oh, look at you. You're beautiful. This book is historical fantasy-ish, low fantasy, in Russia-ish, Eastern Europe-ish, about a girl named Vasilisa Petrovna, right? Is that your last name, Vasil? What's your last name? I think their last name is Petrovna. Anyways, and her family, and she can, like, talk to demons, for lack of a better word. They're, like, spirits of, like, nature and the home, and I don't know, I'm sure it's very based on Russian folklore, but I'm not very familiar with Russian folklore. But this book is so beautifully written, like so beautiful, and the characters are fantastic, and I need to pick up the sequel. Why haven't I picked up the sequel? I don't know. The 3rd book comes out this year, early next year. Can't wait. Question number 2 is the best sequel you've read so far this year. And have I read any sequels? Let's find out, because none immediately come to mind. Okay, so I have started a lot of series, but I have not read a lot of sequels this year. I think of the few that I've read, my favorite, I don't have anything physical to hold up, would be Paper Girls Volume 4. I love Paper Girls. I feel like I talk about it just periodically, every couple of months, because I love those comics so much. I love the characters. I love the coloring. It's so visually stunning. And the plot in Volume 4 actually started to form something somewhat coherent, which is crazy to me because my reviews for those comics are always like, I have no idea what's going on, but I love it. And this time I'm like, I almost have a semblance of what's going on and I love it. So question 3 is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. There are a lot. I'm going to go with the book that I literally got in the mail today in my Book of the Month box, which is the Book of Essie, and it is like a contemporary literary fiction about a girl who, I think there's sort of like a Duggar family type situation where they're like very famously religious, but she has a baby, or she's pregnant out of wedlock, and drama. And I'm so excited because we all know, A, I love a plot with pregnancy or a baby. B, actually, I don't even think we need a B after that because we all know I'm a sucker for that. But also, it's like not that long, and the cover's gorgeous, and I'm into it. That, and I used to watch 19 Kids and Counting so much that I, at some point, knew all of their names in order. I used to be able to do it. I can't anymore. And I gave up before the whole scandal, but yikes. Moving on. I don't know why I'm talking about the Duggar family. Question number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And for me, I think it's fairly obvious that there are 2 books coming out that I'm going to lose my mind over. And the first is Bright We Burn, the final and 3rd book of the Conqueror's Saga, aka Kiersten White's series about a female Vlad the Impaler, and I love my children, and I just want to make sure they're gonna be okay, but historically they're probably not gonna be okay. I'm singing again. I sing when I get nervous, I think. And then also, Kiersten White's other book is, what's it called? The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein. I can't wait. The only reason I read Frankenstein this year was like, well, I love Kiersten White and I'm going to read this book, but I have to read Frankenstein before I can read The Dark Descent because that just makes sense. So I did that, and now I can read it. I love Kiersten White, apparently. That's all there is to it. Oh my god, and Pride by E.B. Zeboy, I think is how you say her name. Oh my god, it's Pride and Prejudice retelling, except it's modern and with people of color, and I'm freaking hyped. I can't wait for my boy Bingley. Wow, look at those arms. I look strong today. Been pushing swings. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment. And, whoo boy, there have been some doozies for biggest disappointment. I got 2 contenders. For my biggest disappointment, I'm going to say Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. I read Anna Dressed in Blood last year, and it was also mediocre. And so I was like, well, I'll unhaul this, but I still have Three Dark Crowns on my shelf. The cover's beautiful, and it's velvety and nice, and it's such a cool premise. How could it go wrong? Spoiler alert, this book went wrong in a lot of ways. Yeah, it was not good. I know you didn't get to hear me rant about this because I still haven't done that wrap-up. Maybe it's up before this video, maybe it's not, TBD. But there was so little to like about this book. I didn't even like the tense it was written in because it was written in present tense, and so everything sounds like it's being pitched to you as a movie. Like, listen to this. Like, okay, get this. A young queen stands barefoot on a wooden block with her arms outstretched. She has only her scant underclothes and the long black hair that hangs down her back to fend off the drafts. Like, it sounds like you're pitching me the story instead of telling me the story. I hated it. And the characters all pretty much sucked. Did I like anyone? No, I did, and then I didn't. No, I'm pretty sure I hated everyone in this book. Maybe like Jules was okay, but maybe that's just because her name is my nickname. I don't know. It was just a hot mess. The writing was bad. The characters were bad. The pacing was awful. Why is this a 4-book series when it was originally pitched as a standalone, and then they were like, surprise, a duology, and then they were like, no, more books, and like the cliffhanger was the most interesting part of the book, but it was also such a cheap move. Like, I hate this, and I was really disappointed because this was my second chance on Canara Blake, and now she's out of chances, so goodbye. Question number 6 is biggest surprise. And what has been my biggest surprise? Let's find out. Okay, my biggest surprise, this is so dumb, was A Midsummer Night's No Filter by William Shakespeare and Brett Wright. This was like a really dumb freebie book that came extra in a LitJoy crate, and it's literally just Midsummer Night's Dream told in like chat and text, and it was stupid as I expected, but like also there were a couple lines that literally actually made me laugh out loud. And I thought a few of the characters, like Titania in particular, were like very true to character, and I really had fun reading this. Like, I thought I was going to be rolling my eyes like, oh my god, and it was cringy. Like, some of the chat speak is like, no one says that, no one has ever said that, and I don't know where you got it from, please don't use that again. But I enjoyed reading it, and that's all I can say. I was surprised. I'm surprised that I'm keeping it and not unhauling it. Question number 7 is favorite new author. That can either be a debut author or a new to you author. For that, I have 2. Of course, Katherine Arden. As I mentioned, The Bear and the Nightingale is so stunningly written that I will read all the Katherine Arden. And my second answer would be Ayobami Adebayo, the author of Stay With Me. That book like hit me so hard emotionally, and that is what I'm after in a story. So I will definitely be picking up what she writes next also. Oh, that book. The feelings. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I am wondering if I have one. I mean, it's like always Cal. Cal's just the love of my life. That's not sad. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll through my books and try to figure out. No. Okay, so I don't really have a newest fictional crush. Like, my first instinct was to say Sam from Emergency Contact because I love his personality very much, but physically he's like super skinny and he smokes and I'm not into that, so no, I'm going to pass on Sam. I love him on the inside. But my newest barely fictional crush is Aaron from How to Love by Katie Cotugno. That is the main character's boyfriend when the novel starts, and then she dumps him for a total loser. And I'm still mad at her for that. So I appreciate Aaron, I love him, and I'll crush on him if she wants to take him for granted. Can you tell I'm just a little bit bitter about that book still? Oh my god. I've never sounded more passive-aggressive in my life. Oh my god. Okay, number 9 is newest favorite character. And that is like, that's impossible. Okay, I can't even narrow it down. So I'm going to go with 2 women who are icons, legends. We don't even deserve them. Beatrice from Much Ado About Nothing, and Vasya from The Bear and the Nightingale. I mean, they are both just take charge ladies, and I love them. That was a little too aggressive for that answer. Oh no! The next question is, a book that made you cry. More like, what books don't make me cry? I'm a baby. I'm gonna do what I did last year and just scroll through and be like, either yes, just like name all the ones that made me cry. None of those did. I think I definitely cried, or at least got misty-eyed while reading The Gauntlet, which was the 3rd book in the Cage series, because there's a character death that I'm really upset about still. I kind of forgot about it until I just looked at the book, and ouch. Oh, what else made me cry? No, Stay With Me made me cry. I keep mentioning it because it's true. It made me cry. Archie Volume 4 made me cry because of the Betty part towards the end. I love Betty Cooper. No, I think Thornhill by Pam Smythe made me cry. That was like that really chunky middle grade half graphic novel that I read that was super spoopy. I definitely recommend it for like Spookathon when it's that season. I think that actually did make me cry, or if not, again, I got close. You didn't make me cry. You didn't make me cry. Did I cry during Walk on Earth a Stranger? I might have. I don't remember. Definitely not Frankenstein. No. I don't think I cried in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Baron and the Nightingale made me cry, I think, 2 or 3 occasions. Definitely hardcore at the end. Oh. No. Flame in the Mist did not make me cry, but I wanted to cry reading it because it was so bad. And I think I cried. Did I cry in Emergency Contact? I don't think so. And I cried once during my last book, which was A Galley of Sons of Blackbird Mountain by Joanne Bischoff. And I cried because she talked about how blue my favorite character's eyes were. And I cried because I just wanted him to be happy. I'm a loser. Hi, it's future Julia. I just want to add that right after filming this, I reread The Giver and just bawled my eyes out. So that's the book that made me cry the most in 2018, The Giver by Lois Lowry. My favorite book. Question 11 is a book that made you happy, and for that, I'm just going to go with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because it was just so nostalgic and so nice, and I love the characters and I love the world. And every time I get back into like Narnia stories, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm little again, and I love it. Oh, question 12 is favorite book to film adaptation you've seen this year? And instantly my brain goes, did I see any? I know. I haven't read the book, but Lean on Pete, that movie literally emotionally wrecked me. I wish I was exaggerating when I tell you I cried for at least 70% of that movie. I could not stop. I was an emotional wreck. My cousin Shannon can attest to this. Shannon, if you're watching this, leave a comment so people know I'm not being a drama queen. And maybe I was in the movie theater, but I'm not right now. I could not stop crying. I cried when people died. I cried because I felt sad for him in parts that weren't that sad. I cried when the character got a haircut. I cried because I noticed he got a haircut. It was a really great movie, though. And it's based on a book, and I need the book. Oh, my God. Okay, relax. Breathing heavy. Okay, yeah, I look very different because it's a different day, and it's like 90 degrees out, and it's super hot. But for some reason, I didn't have the end of my footage. Like the last couple questions and the ending of the video were nowhere to be found. So I thought I would wrap it up right now for you. So hopping back into things, the next question is favorite review you've written so far or favorite video you've made this year. I don't think I have a favorite video. I'm still in love with the concept of the preschoolers choose my TBR, which will probably be the next video you see after this, if not the one right before this. But I don't think like the video is really anything special. I just love the idea of it. But my favorite review that I've written on Goodreads is probably, maybe like A Court of Thorns and Roses. I always thought that The Wrath and the Dawn would be my longest, saltiest review, and yet ACOTAR topped it. So probably that. Do I have a positive review that I am proud of? Not sure. Probably, but none come to mind. So let's just go with that one. The next question is the most beautiful book that you bought this year or received. I'm going to go with one that I actually bought just a couple days ago. What Should Be Wild by Julia Fine. This is so stunning. As you can tell, these like gold lines are metallic and they carry on to the spine. I love the simple sans serif font. I love the flowers, the colors. It's just really pretty. Really pretty. I will be talking about this book more in my June haul. I couldn't think of what month it was in my June book haul, but yes, this cover, oh, it's beautiful. And of course, the final question to the mid-year book freakout tag is, what book or books do you need to read by the end of the year? I mean, the most appropriate answer for me is all of the 19 books from my Preschoolers Choose My TBR, though actually it's down to 18 now because I have like 50 pages left of one of them, so you'll find out which one that is soon. And also, I'm going to emphasize War and Peace because I told myself at the end of last year that I would definitely read War and Peace in 2018, and it's on my Preschoolers TBR, but I just need to say it so that everyone holds me accountable. War and Peace. I'm reading War and Peace this year. What book will I have read by the end of the year? War and Peace. Please hold me accountable. All right, that is the mid-year book freakout tag. If any of you have done this tag, I would love to know. It's one of my favorites to watch, so leave me a link. Be shameless, it's fine. Or if you don't have your own booktube channel or you just aren't going to do this tag for some reason, I would love to know which of these questions made you think and what your answers are to them. Anything else to say? Yeah, add me on Twitter and Instagram, Bookaxe, Goodreads. Subscribe if you haven't already. I know I'm super inconsistent, but that's what the notification bell is for, right? Wow, that was seamless. Way to go. Yeah. I hope you all are having a great summer. I hope that you aren't mad that I haven't posted a video for a month. And I hope you stick around for my future videos. Okay. You'll see more of me soon. Bye.